Just minutes ago, devastating news about Matt Cameron, the legendary drummer of Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, and Temple of the Dog sends shockwaves through the rock community, leaving fans reeling and reminding everyone that even the icons who seem indestructible are not immune to life's cruelties. At 61, Cameron has spent decades as one of the most respected and technically gifted drummers in rock history. His precision and power anchoring bands that defined the grunge era and carried its legacy forward. But behind the thunder of his drums and the steady presence he projected on stage, Cameron has been quietly struggling with health concerns that have now forced him to cancel shows, step back from commitments, and confront the fragility of a body pushed to its limits by years of relentless touring, pounding performances, and the lifestyle of a career spent on the road. Insiders revealed that Cameron has been dealing with recurring respiratory and immune system issues, struggles that first became public in 2022 when he was forced to miss Pearl Jam shows for the first time in the band's history. An absence that stunned fans because Cameron had always been the band's rock, the steady heartbeat no matter how chaotic things became. And though at the time he returned after a short recovery, the truth is that his health battles never truly subsided, becoming more frequent and more severe as the years went on. The devastating news today is that those health setbacks have worsened, leaving Cameron facing questions about whether he can continue to tour at the same grueling pace or even perform regularly at all. A heartbreaking prospect for a man whose entire life has been defined by the drum kit. For fans, the shock is compounded by the emotional weight of Cameron's history, having lived through the loss of his Soundgarden bandmate Chris Cornell, whose 2017 death by suicide devastated him and reignited painful memories of Andy Wood. From Mother Love Bone decades earlier, Cameron has always seemed like the quiet survivor of Seattle's tragic grunge scene. The man who carried the torch with humility while others fell, and to hear that he himself is now facing devastating personal challenges has left many reeling. Cameron has long been admired not only for his technical brilliance but for his humility, often avoiding the spotlight even as he played behind some of the biggest voices in rock. And his absence will be felt deeply not just for his drumming, but for the calm strength he has always brought to his bands. Friends say that despite his health battles, Cameron remains determined to fight, leaning on the support of his family, his bandmates, and the millions of fans who continue to flood social media with prayers and encouragement. But the devastating reality is that his future on stage is uncertain, and the rock world is being forced to imagine what Pearl Jam or even music at large would be without the man who has provided its steady rhythm for decades. For now, fans cling to hope that he will recover and return, but the sobering reminder remains that heroes are human, and Matt Cameron, who has outlasted so many storms, now faces one of the most painful and personal battles of his life, making today's devastating news not just another headline, but a heartbreaking chapter in the story of a man who gave everything to the music that defined a generation.